Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Junebug Obama. Was at the barbershop today. Got into a very interesting discussion that let me know how little power we as men have in this country, especially when it's our word against a female's word. And I wanted to share the discussion with my YouTube listeners. This guy was sitting next to me, and I don't know how we got on the subject of domestic violence and women challenging masculinity of a man in a relationship. Don't know how we got on the subject. But this guy, he told this story about how he and his baby mama, and I hate the term baby mama, but he was telling me how the mother of his child and him got into an argument, and the argument kept escalating. It was just a verbal exchange, but evidently she was losing the argument, so she got mad. And when a crazy person gets mad, they're going to pick up something and try to hit you with it or cut you with it. They're looking for some type of weapon to have the upper hand on you. So his baby's mom, she picked up this bottle, and you know how people break a bottle and they hold the bottle and try to cut you with the broken glass of the bottle. Well, when he saw she was coming at him like that, he got the hell out of the house, which is a smart thing to do. You know, you don't want to hit your baby's mother. You know that you're going to go to jail for that. And he wasn't that type of guy, so he got the hell out of there. But unbeknownst to him, she cut her hand with the bottle. I guess she was crazy and careless at the same time. And what she did was, while he was gone, she called the police, and she flipped the story on him. She told the police that he was the one that picked up the bottle and broke it and tried to cut her with it. And I guess she used the blood that came out of her hand, her bloody hand, as evidence that he did this, supposedly did this to her. And so the police came after him and they arrested him. He went to jail for a week. He appeared in court. And long story short, now he has a criminal charge on his record of domestic violence. He has to go to anger management classes, and he's on probation right now as we speak. And I asked the man, I say, wait a minute, you didn't do anything? He says, no, I did absolutely nothing. I didn't lay a single finger on her. She just told a lie, and they just didn't believe me in court. And to all my listeners out there, I wish you all could have been there as a fly on the wall to see how people were responding to him telling this story. Most of the guys and a few women that were in there were laughing and making light of the situation. But I was dead ass serious, because what was going through my mind was, how would I feel or what would I think if that were happening to me as a man who never has had any problems with the law, never been arrested for anything, no record, no criminal charges, nothing, to have to catch a case over some crazy ass woman who's telling a lie on me. And I questioned this guy further. I wanted him to actually talk to me and have me record me interviewing him, if you will, so that he could tell you all the story. But he, was leery about coming on the internet, he said. So I'm giving you the story secondhand. But I absolutely believe what he was telling me, because I know of some other situations like this. If a woman says you did it, you did it. Guilty or not guilty, you're guilty until you prove that you're innocent. And you can't prove you're innocent in that situation, because I asked him the question, did you get a lawyer? And he said, yeah, I had a lawyer, but that really didn't help. I ended up getting probation, so that was the best that he said he could do, that the lawyer could manage for him. I don't personally think he had a good lawyer, though. I think having a good lawyer and being willing and able to shell out the money to get a good lawyer, I think that would have made a significant difference. But still, not everybody has that kind of money to do that. Okay, so there needs to be some protection for the common man. The common man on the street is not going to be able to get Mark Garagos or a Johnny Cochran type of lawyer to get him out of something like this. And as I was listening to this guy and I was thinking about it on the way home, I was asking myself, what type of chicken-headed ass, low-life, hood rat ass woman would do something like this and be able to sleep at night knowing that she made up a lie and got her baby's daddy put in jail? What woman would sleep comfortably after doing that? And not all women fall into that category, but there's some chicken-headed ass, hood rat ass women who do stuff like this. They do it and they don't have any qualms about it. They know that they have the upper hand. And this is why a lot of guys just avoid confrontations. Now, I'm the type of guy, if I sense that a woman has those type of qualities, and I can usually tell from the very beginning because I've dealt with enough of them now, I don't deal with her at all. I don't deal with her at all. I don't date her. I don't go out with her. It's just a high and by situation, if that. And it may not be that. And a lot of guys get with these chicken-headed ass women because they know she's going to give up the ass immediately. And they know that she's freaky and crazy in bed. Now, that wouldn't be an issue if they just wrapped it up, hit it and quit it, and went on about their merry way. But oh, no, 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 no. They got to keep having sex with her, get deep in it, and have a baby with her. And now she's their quote-unquote baby mama, and they got to deal with her for 18 plus years because they have a child with her. And they knew from the very beginning that she was a chicken head, and they should have never been dealing with her in the first place. And I just completely avoid chicken heads. I have a zero tolerance policy for chicken heads, women who give me hints and red flags that they're the type of woman who might get into a physical confrontation. If the verbal confrontation is not going their way, they'll escalate it to something physical. I can tell those type of women because their conversation gives it away. Usually if you deal with a woman and she says something about your masculinity, like if you get into an argument and she says, well, if you was a man, you'd be able to handle it. If she says something like that or anything remotely close to that, something about you're not being a man, or she has some kind of screwed up definition of what a man is, and she attaches masculinity with getting into a fight or fighting her or fighting somebody else, that's a chicken head. And a lot of chicken heads, they also define themselves as being strong. They keep bringing that up, that they're strong, that they don't take shit off of anybody. You know, they get into arguments over nothing. They're always trying to exert their power. Like the women who got into it with Rayon McIntosh, being disrespectful to people when they don't get their way. You know what a chicken head is. You know exactly when you're dealing with one. The red flags are there. Chicken heads don't usually hide their chicken-headed behavior. You can tell that she would get into a fight with somebody, you know. But you just are going for the sex. Some of you are just going for the quick and easy sex. And this guy, listening to him, I could tell he was the type of guy that is a chicken head lover. He just loves chicken heads. He loves those women that bring all of this drama to his life, mainly for the sex. That's why I can't understand. I just really still to this day can't understand why so many guys are bitching and whining and complaining about women dating thugs and losers and bad boys. Why do you want these women? Let their asses go. Let them go date as many thugs as they want to and go get with another type of woman who doesn't act like that. Don't tell me that there's no women who are not chicken heads. Don't tell me that they're all chicken heads. Why do you all want these chicken-headed ass women? Because all they're going to do ultimately is get you in trouble, make your life miserable, put you in a situation where they're going to fight you or harm you in some way, or you're going to end up harming them out of self-defense. Why do you want a chicken-headed ass woman? These are the type of women who actually would do to you what this woman did to this guy. They're the type of women who would do it, and you know the type. The type who would date the thug and the loser and the bad boy, that's generally the type of woman who would break a bottle and try to cut you with it. And if you leave the house, she's going to call the police and say, he cut me. That's a chicken head. And she'll date the thug and the loser and the bad boy, but she'll also date you because you are the perfect sucker. You're somebody who can take care of certain aspects of her life that the thug can't take care of because he don't have steady employment. So you're there for financial reasons and to be her personal simp. And while you're at it, get your ass in there and move some furniture. Babysit her kids while she go to the club, mow the lawn, whatever else she needs. But if it turns out that she does not want to go out with you, hell, she just did your ass a favor. Let her ass go. Let her date the thugs. Be glad that she didn't want you. And you all always fighting to be with these women. You fighting. Why do they date thugs instead of me? Why can't she date me instead of a thug? Am I not worthy of being with this chicken head? Miss Chicken Head, can you please choose me? Don't choose the thug. Make my life miserable. Don't make the thugs miserable. Make me miserable. And I want to make it clear that it's not just the chicken-headed ghetto hood rat woman who will make your life miserable. Of course, misery comes from all types of women. Any type of woman could bring a little bit of drama to your life. But there's some women who show you the red flags up front. And then there's other women who don't readily make their faults and flaws available to you in the beginning. They may come across as nice and sweet, submissive even, and then they'll take a knife out and cut you. So I don't want you to think that it's only the wild, crazy, freaky, chicken-headed hood rat ghetto women that'll do this type of thing to you. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying sometimes we see the red flags as men, but we still jump in anyway. We jump in the pool full of sharks. We jump into the quicksand, knowing that it's quicksand. And as far as the laws and the court systems not being able to protect us or give justice for us, we have to become more active outside of the internet. And some men are. I'm not saying, I'm not speaking of the men who actually are doing something, but a lot of men, they don't really want to take action on this until it happens to them specifically. Men are not communicating with their senators, with their local congressmen, with people, key individuals who have power to make change. Men are not sending emails. They're not making phone calls about these laws until it happens to them. And until we actually start taking action to make change outside of just talking about this on the internet, it's going to stay the same way. So men and women, let's start looking out for each other. I got your back. Hope you have mine. And I'll be back in a minute. More from Junebug Obama coming up soon.